We started.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, is it?
We're rolling.
Episode what?
You do it.
All right, cool.
12.
Welcome, my people them, to episode 12 of the Gimson and Rosko podcast. I am Gimson. No.
I'm Gimson.
He's Gimson. I'm Rosko. And we've swapped around. So my cousin Craig, aka Nerdo, pointed out that we were sitting the wrong way round for the Gimson and Rosko show. I've been sat on that fucking side.
Yeah, so Roscoe was on your left as you're looking at it, and I was on the right. So now I'm on the left and he's on the right.
For Spotify people that can't see us.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about
Forget it. Anyway, this is the Gimson Rosko Show. This is episode 12. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's one of the things we keep forgetting to say at the beginning.
Do that.
And so 70% of anyone who views any of my shit on YouTube does not subscribe to the channel.
That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, 70% of the viewers who watch anything on the YouTube channel.
And all it is, right, is a click.
And don't forget to smash that bell button.
Oh, mate. For notifications every time you drop a video. But the thing is, in all honesty, so any video that I watch on YouTube, if I actually if I like it, I like it,
Yeah.
and I subscribe all the time. Stop being lazy, people. It's a click of a button.
Do you know the thing is, though? The thing with YouTube, the only reason we need to subscribe is so we can grow this, so we can become a YouTube partner. But in theory, YouTube, the algorithm works on YouTube. The reason a lot of people don't subscribe is because YouTube just shows you based on what you're watching. They know what to fucking put in front of you.
Yeah.
So you might subscribe to something and then not be into that anymore. For a phase of running.
Plants.
Yeah.
I never get out of that phase. I love plants. Anyway, today we are joined by the guy behind the lens, Kostya.
Hey.
And I'm not black.
No, he's not black. For anyone that thought he was black, like Shitter, Brendan thought he was black. He's Russian and he's ginger.
Were you born in Russia, Kostya?
No, I was born in Germany.
So he's German.
Okay.
I keep saying this to him. What?
We've got a long history of this, you know?
Yeah.
Me being German.
He's German.
apparently.
He is German.
I ain't got the passport.
What do you call a German who can't see? A Nazi.
This is a good one, man. This is a good one. So yeah, Kostya.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah,
It
not
was your
bad.
birthday the other day, right?
American Independence Day, which is quite funny for a Russian as well.
How was it? Where did you go? What did you
Wales, Snowdonia.
Yeah,
It was
nice.
beautiful. Honestly, we went. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the place.
Go on.
because, nah.
do? Do it.
It's a different alphabet.
Yeah.
Krivach.
There you go. That's Russian.
Sorry, I get confused. Yeah, it was beautiful. We were in a little shepherd's hut, and I stayed with my girlfriend who has the same birthday as me as well, which is pretty rare. Actually.
What?
Yeah, she's not the exact same
That's
birthday.
mad. Bro.
I won't ever forget her birthday, which is good, basically.
Yeah, unless you forget yours.
Yeah, I hope not. That'd be a bit sad.
I forgot how old I am at times.
I
Sit
do
there,
that
22.
all the
I was
time.
born in 86 and you start counting on your hand. It's like, right, it's
99. I just made it to the 90s.
99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
it's pretty mad.
Do you know, it's mental. It's like when you just look at it, like, before having kids, I don't know how I measure time.
Well,
No.
we didn't really, did we?
No.
'Cause
But I look now and it's
just
like,
doing
fucking hell,
whatever.
Carvel's 6.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
the fuck did that go?
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, it's a mad thing.
So you have to grab life by the balls and fucking
Touch him.
float your boat, mate.
Let's not get out of it.
Too early for that. Later on.
Yeah. 3 good things that happened today, Kostya.
Well, I saw you two. Saw Ross happy, which was nice. Rare
Yeah!
recurrence, but it does happen.
Man's happy, bro. Man's fit and healthy.
What else good happened? I got loads of photos of my nephew because he turned 1 yesterday.
Okay. Was that your brother's son?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute, man.
He hates me.
He hates you.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
honestly, he's petrified of me for no reason.
It's probably your hair.
Or is it a bit spicy?
Yeah, but yeah, it's a bit orange.
You say it was your
He's-
brother's? Sister?
My brother's kid. Yeah.
Your brother's kid? Was your brother who got ginger hair?
No,
No.
black. Like I'm the only. My granddad's ginger. That's where we think it's come from.
I used to be petrified of blokes with beards when I was a kid.
Is it?
And
No,
I've
you've
got
got
one.
one.
It's like Batman. It's like Batman, innit? Become what you fear.
Well, third point.
jokes,
It's only
man.
been a third point. I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to start working tomorrow. If I'm honest.
Yeah, good.
So I've just got a lot of stuff filming to do.
What are you still working on that project in Bristol?
Yeah, with Bristol Vic and the Bristol Council, we're still doing that. It's going on for so long.
So
Actually,
speak about what you do, man.
I've started. Well, originally I did video production. Like I kind of like started doing photography at GCSEs, went on to A level, started doing a bit of film there, and went to uni for a year. Dropped out because I didn't like it. I did creative business, which
Where
sounds Utrecht.
I know, I went there with you,
you've
but
been there.
yeah, that's great.
It's basically a mini Amsterdam, just outside of Amsterdam. It's
Yeah,
proper nice.
It's
It's kind of like Bath. It's pretty similar. Like I don't know, like that kind of vibey. Like the size of it, maybe actually.
I liked it. I liked going out. I didn't like being asked for drugs every fucking
Oh my god!
2 minutes.
Do
But
you know about that?
Nah.
Oh my god, that's a
mate.
story to tell. Basically, we went to a club called Basis, and do you know Detroit
mad.
Swindle?
No.
But they've renamed themselves Damn Swindle now.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
it.
I think it's more relevant though.
Is it?
Well, they are from Netherlands,
Yeah, they are.
not Detroit.
Yeah, but I think was it Detroit? They did it because obviously that's where like house. and all
Yeah,
that came
it
from.
is, yeah. Kind of.
Techno, innit? House was Chicago, and then
Yeah.
techno was Detroit, wasn't it?
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, but yeah, I went to the toilet at one point because I just needed a piss, and then
As you do.
hopefully not for anything else.
Who's doing the bathroom set tonight? Anyone playing in here?
And then what? You can tell the rest.
Well, no, I'd say I'd literally, like, no exaggeration. It was literally like, hey, guy, have you got any pills for sale? Hey, dude, have you got any pills for sale? Maybe a 2-second break. Hey, you got any pills for sale?
As soon as I left your side, yeah. Did they think I was like buying off you and I was just taking too long?
I don't know. But
This guy's taking too long in the queue.
we shouldn't carry on this conversation anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Let's speak about it after the pod. But yeah, Utrecht was cool. So
Yeah.
you left Utrecht.
I left that, came back to Bath, and then started my own business. Which, like, originally, I went to the Netherlands to just learn how to start my own business, and I kind of realised that
Why there?
Cheap.
Really?
€300 a year compared to €9,000.
€300 a year.
Yeah.
Compared to €9,000 here.
How did that happen here? How did we get so fucking ripped
Margaret
off?
Thatcher.
Nah,
Well, it went up
it was
to
after that,
£3,000,
wasn't it?
wasn't
When
it?
it
It was
like
£3,000.
when it Cameron
I think she started.
started, yeah, but when it Cameron and fucking Clegg when they did their coalition, that they
It went up
shit
to
on
like
everyone.
£9,000. Yeah.
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 It was
Yeah.
£3,000 when my brother went to uni, and he's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, that's a mad thing, bruv.
That's like a third of the price.
That's what I'm about to start doing as well.
What uni?
Really?
What here?
I'm doing open uni.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
Sick. I always see letters for that. What actually is it? Just like an online?
It's just
uni or what?
online thing, isn't it? So I'm going to do a full-time course in psychology and counselling.
Yeah,
Just become a
Sick.
therapist, innit?
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. My brother's mate I told you about him. He's an addiction therapist.
Okay.
He loves it. I just.
I should chat to him because
Yeah.
I want to get
We
some
should get him on.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. You line that up?
I'd probably.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He lives in Shepton Mallet.
Is it?
down the road?
That's-
Shit,
yeah.
smell it.
Shit.
My mate lives just around the corner from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not far.
Rachel!
Yeah.
Shout out Rach.
All right.
Then
Yeah.
what did you do?
Started my own business because I dropped out because I said screw it. This is taking too long, and I kind of didn't really enjoy it because. I don't know. I feel like you should go down your own path in life and make from your own mistakes. Like you can't teach someone to not make the mistakes you do.
Yeah.
You can't really. It's like
You
the same
can-
you tell a kid to do their homework because you regret not doing better in school. Whatever.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it.
See, I'm the opposite. It's like, no, you're fucking your own now. like,
What, from 4?
to be honest, like, you're fucking, basically, you're 6 years old, like, it's ridiculous. Why the fuck are you coming in with all this? It's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of did it myself, which caused a lot of stress. I'm not gonna lie. It was stressful times.
But you are right. The
point.
best way of learning is hands-on. I think from theory point of view, you could fucking learn all the textbooks in the world. But like, when it comes to practice, it's like...
It's just motivation, really. That's what, like, with university, you kind of get told to do stuff, so you do it. Whereas, like, if you're doing it by yourself, you have to wake up and go, like, okay, I am doing this.
Yeah.
Well, it's like giving an instruction. It's like when you go to like one of them like shit martial arts, like which you're all being exposed as shit martial arts now. Like, it's like, stand here and let me demonstrate this on you. But when you go out in the real world, it's like fucking... They ain't gonna work. You got some like fucking...
Like, ready with the knife? Right, 3, 2, 1...
Oh, you went too fast.
Oh, you went too quick. You stabbed me.
Try again.
Yeah,
funny, man. So yeah, carry on.
It's gonna take a while. And then I started a company called Parallax Productions. I kind of did it by myself. I was doing like video production, photography, and all that. I worked for like Route One, a few other companies. I went to Romania to do videos.
You worked for me.
Yeah, worked for you.
Mostly corporate gigs then that you start.
It's a mix. Like I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like. The problem about like music videos and stuff is that it's usually pretty low pay. And it's a lot of usually like the problem is what I've realized is like over the years when I started off like doing mates raids it's like you always get those people going I'll do this for exposure I'll tag you in and all that crap. So I kind of started off doing that, but I was aware of the issue, so I tried not to fall into that trap. And then like as time has progressed now, I kind of like if it's not paid enough, I don't take it on because I know it's more stress than it's worth. Because when people like want to save money that badly, they're the kind of clients that will be like, oh yeah, can you tweak that? I want to make it perfect.
I think as well the people that do music videos have the love for doing music videos.
Yeah, like Chris C Double, Chris Wilkie from the Candy
He
Farm.
loves turning movies.
He loves music videos.
Yeah,
it's fucking like
that's
he
his
gets
thing.
proper enjoyment out of doing it. And yeah, I think as well. I think the trouble with music videos, like you say with the money thing, I think now you can get a really good artistic, great video with just your iPhone. And it's with music video, it's more the fucking like the vision and the art behind it. Do you know what I mean you can like? Don't you can put that grain over it and you just make it look shit?
Yeah.
You don't. And that's the trouble. And like now, it's so cheap and exposable. It's like so if someone comes up to you and you like say you were to give them an invoice and they're like, "Fuck it, I ain't fucking paying that." Look at me down the road, do it 100 quid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if people don't understand the work, because obviously the more professional you do it, the more actual effort it takes. Like with a phone, you film it and it's kind of done. With a camera, you have to set up, or man, you have to do this, then you have to grade it, then you have to edit it, you have to sound balance it, you have to do everything.
I went and done. I was an extra for on this film that Antonio was doing, like a jiu-jitsu movie, and it was done by the London Film School. So I went there and they had, what were they shooting on? Was it 38 or something? Whatever it is. They were shooting on film.
35 now.
35, right? Yeah. So yeah, they were shooting on film, and the camera was like.
They had like one of those fat cartridges on the back.
Yeah, the camera was like 60 grand, and it was like everything cost money because they only had so much. And it's like, but like. Well, I showed them some of the music videos I've done with Chris. They're like, how long did that take? I was like, 3 hours. They're like, fuck it out. But like with this, it was like, shoot it that way, shoot it from the other angle, shoot it from the other angle. Sound man comes in and just goes to everyone, kind of repeat everything that you've just said as well. And you're like, fucking,
it's not that the actual film it takes the most, it's the setup. All the lighting, all of the audio checks. You have to put the camera there to make sure it's a good angle, put the lighting on them, everything.
And then they had like the smoke machine as well to like not make the room so bright, to dull the room. And it was a good learning curve because like I'd never seen it done properly. And it was like, but if I was to describe what being an extra or an actor in a film's like, I would say it's just a fucking lot of waiting around. Just waiting again, like you say, you're waiting for the setup, and then you go into that, and it's like waiting around again for the next setup.
Like if you work in that kind of film industry, then a lot of it is just being bored, or like not even being bored, but it's just waiting
around,
to
chatting nonsense with people.
I remember Harrison Ford hearing him in an interview, and because he was a chippy,
right,
and he. I don't know how I can't remember how he said he got the role in Star Wars, but when he got this role as Han Solo, and then he done that, and then like fucking, he was like, "What you call this working for a living? Fucking give me some of this." I mean, like, from an actor's point of view, it's like, do you mean?
When was that first one?
I don't know. We need
was that
Dane.
the first thing that he did? Or what?
Yeah,
Mate,
Han Solo was the first thing he did.
Really?
Because.
And then he went on to do Indiana Jones and all that.
Yeah, because Luke Skywalker, everyone was like, he should be the one who like goes on from this to like be the big fucking like movie star. And he didn't really do shit, did he? Like Luke Skywalker, I don't know what.
I don't.
I
even know
can
what
tell
he
you a
was.
load of films that fucking Harrison Ford's
Yeah,
been in,
same.
but I
Yeah,
can't.
I've never seen him in anything else.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't. Maybe that's because he was Luke Skywalker, and that's what people remember him by. I
Yeah,
guess.
do you know that's a big problem whenever
Yeah.
like people play bad guys in movies,
Yeah.
they can't land roles. Like,
That's
they're good
why-
guys.
Ian
That's
Bale.
why they're trapped
Thingy.
in that.
And Phil Mitchell. That's why Thingy's really good. Daniel Day-Lewis. You know Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
The guy from Gangs of New York.
No.
Oh, what else is he in? Mate, he's sick. British actor. You think he's British? He's sick, and he like when he plays a role, like he's only done a few different roles because he's like a proper method actor.
Yeah.
Gets into it so much that like he can only do so many roles because he's like.
It's like
he
Heath
releases
Ledger, innit?
himself,
Yeah, Heath Ledger was like that. Who else? Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's like
Yeah.
that.
And the black guy from The Bill that got fired for smoking crack.
Robert De Niro did that as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got on the crack before Taxi
he was
Driver,
on-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Become a
Yeah.
crackhead.
And the Johnny Depp got pissed every day and got sunstroke, didn't he? When he was doing Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick, man.
Explains a lot.
I'll tell you what, actually, talking about film setups and stuff like that. So Grey Goose have just released like a new range of like infusions. So they're like, I don't know, like fucking strawberry and lime and whatever, yeah. But they did a thing with scissor, right? And you watch it, the setup is ridiculous, bruv. It's like in a garden. I can't even explain. You need to watch it, like, but the visuals in it and the like live performance side of it, the aspects of, because she had a live band, she had contemporary dancers that came in. Mate, it was mad, bruv. While singing at the same time. Yeah, watch it. It's really, really good. Everyone watch it. It's really good. Scissor's just
Was it an advert?
queen. Kind of, but it was a live performance. So it was. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Grey Goose in Bloom.
Oh, so like a sponsored event kind of thing.
Imagined by SZA.
Amazon did that, didn't they?
Mate, loads of
Red Bull do a lot of it as well, don't they?
And
I mean,
like
Red Bull's
Grey
got their own
Goose,
music studio now.
Yeah.
They've even gone to that
Yeah.
extent.
Red Bull's pretty crazy.
Hennessy have been doing it. Havana have been doing it. Like all these brands.
Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Remember they did, I know JME did a mixtape in a weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
So they had
yeah.
JME do that. Who else did one with them? They did a few. They went round and gave like everyone like a weekend to go and make a mixtape.
Did you see the P Money thing as well? Where they
No.
went to the
A new one.
they made music from plants. So they found that plants emit noises, and they sampled the noises from the plants, from all these different plants in this like fucking wherever they were, and then they made a tune out of the plant
Plants.
Yeah,
noises.
it's just frequency we
It was
can't
sick.
Suitable for vegans.
Yeah, because he's just turned vegan, innit? So now
No
he's
animals
like,
were harmed in this production.
Yeah, man, it was
There was
sick,
a,
really good.
I think I sent it to you actually. There was a mushroom one, the mushroom music.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
You can hear like
yeah.
the fungi communicating with
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it's fucking
Because
cool,
fungi
man.
are interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've just finished reading that book, The Ending Hunger, the one that I've spoke about on a few of the podcasts. So I finished it now, and on that, like,
That's crazy. They
he
communicate
says,
with trees.
so soil is like, if you think it's fucking scary, the alarming rate that they are knocking down the rainforest and the trees, he says that ain't shit on the soil. Everyone's focused on that. He goes, you should be fucking worried about the soil. The soil is like,
No nutrients.
yeah, and the soil is one of the biggest carbon suckers.
Right.
And he goes, they reckon they've got 30, if they carry on at this rate, you've got about 30 more harvests before complete soil annihilation across
Have
the
you watched
whole
Clarkson's Farm?
planet.
What?
30 harvests.
Yeah.
How many harvests a year? One.
Yeah.
So
Well, it
30
depends
years.
what your harvest.
How old am I?
Have you watched Clarkson's Farm on Amazon?
Nah.
It's genuinely amazing.
Is it actually good?
It's sick. Better than Grand Tour. Better than all that.
Yeah,
it's
because
amazing.
all
Because
that
like,
shit
Grand
is
Tour's like
bollocks
scripted,
anyway.
You know?
It's bollocks.
Like, this is just Jeremy Clarkson. I have no idea what he's doing on the farm. It's hilarious. Man buys a Lamborghini tractor.
I heard he bought a
Doesn't even
Lamborghini
fit through the
tractor.
gate.
Yeah, I heard he's an idiot.
So what's he doing then? Is
He
he
literally,
like,
basically, he's owned the farm since like 2000.
Does he
always
work
had,
the farm?
He's always
That's
had
what he's
someone
doing now.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure a guy like passed away or like left or something. So he's like, screw it, I'll do it myself.
yeah.
And there was like a guy on it who's like never been 20 miles
Is
outside
it the
the
one
farm.
with like no teeth? Is it that one? The one with no teeth?
No. There's the wool guy who makes the wools, and you just cannot understand it. He's like,
Yeah, someone sent me it to me and said he sounded like Alfalafels.
It's hilarious. And even he said, isn't there a rumor there's only like 6 cycles left? He said it was 6. maybe.
Yeah, well, he sent 30 harvests, like it, but they were there are things you can do, and that can be done. And he was saying, like, the end of the book, like he has like what can we do as the chapter, and then after that's like what can I do, and the what can I do chapter is like about the person. He's basically like, this is where I'm supposed to give you a load of bollocks about what recipes you're supposed to eat and make you feel guilty for all the things that you've been enjoying. And he goes, but I'm not going to do that, and I don't think you should make anyone feel guilty for what they eat. Like things like meat and dairy is like ingrained in people's culture. You shouldn't be so like yes, we need to fucking eat less of it, and the world needs to eat less of it. But it's the same with the coal. So if the West have been burning coal for however long in the industrial period, and then like you kind of like pop that kettle black when you're fucking telling places like India that you can't burn coal. So it's the same with the meat thing. The consumption of meat shows the wealth of a nation. So like the more meat that's being eaten is generally makes them more wealthy. So it's like, how do you do that? He also like debunks lab grown meat, saying how that is like a massively expensive fucking thing that probably won't take off. He was like, hummus is like the miracle food. Hummus is like fucking like it's chickpeas, isn't it? It's fucking delicious. You can just fucking have hummus with anything. But he was saying with the soil, he said it should come from the top down. We need systemic change. So it's basically like, rather than like penalizing farmers and fucking telling them that they're all cunts, he's like, you need to find a way of incentivizing them to do these things. And it's like, you can't expect a farmer off his own back to be like, I'm going to do this because it's nature, and then his yields go, and then his farm goes under because fucking matey next door is basically fucking churning out loads, and then he goes under. He goes, you need to make it so it's like the washaways of all the chemicals and shit. And GMOs. So I was always like, fuck GMOs, they're fucking, they're bad, like, you know? With never really understanding why that has been put out. So the corn laws, right? The corn laws, back when the English fucked over the Irish and they had their famine in the 1800s, and when like, this is when like Irish went to like New York and they like scattered around the world. So that famine come about because the English were like, fuck the Irish, they're fucking lazy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the people with the ruling class were like, fuck them. Like, and what it was at the time, potato is like a miracle kind of thing, but they're known to blight. And then blight would just fucking wipe out whole crops. So you get that on your farm, your whole, do you know what I mean? And that was what caused the famine. So like Southern Ireland, they had all their plots split up into tiny plots, so they couldn't grow wheat. They didn't have enough to grow wheat. So all they could do was grow potatoes, and it just fucking, they had a massive famine. And I can't remember the guy's name. So the guy who was in power in the UK at the time, he was like, fuck them, no, fuck them, not forgiving them. And it basically just like, it was like a massacre. And at the time, all the rich English aristocrats were the ones with the wheat farms. So they wouldn't import wheat from anywhere else in the world. They wouldn't import cheap wheat because it would hurt them. Yeah. So it's like, it would hurt their fucking profits. So what happened then with the EU, the reason they're so anti-GMO is not because anything to do with health-wise or anything like that. The reason they are anti-GMO is because they were getting cheap, like beans and stuff in from America, which were cheap and disease resistant and all that shit. But because it was undercutting, it was all politics, never ever anything about health. And he said, if you combine an organic farm, which you have cattle and veg and everything's fucking cycled properly. He goes, if you have that, the yields are low and you cannot feed the world on that. You cannot feed the world on organic farming, even if you take back the land from the fucking cows and all that sort of shit. And he says, then if you wipe out the animals completely and say you can't have the animals, we're all going to go vegan, which is unrealistic because the world's not going to go vegan. He was saying like, you kind of need like a balance, a natural balance. He says, but the way you do that, he says, he goes on from that chapter into GMO, he goes, the way to do it is the one thing that organic farms will not do. So it's if you combine organic farming with GMO seeds, he says, that's when he goes, also the pushback on GMOs is actually really detrimental because whilst the world's pushing back on something that can potentially save it and solve the hunger issues, he said massive global corporate cunts like Monsanto, which are owned by Bayer now, are putting patents on these seeds, and they're still working with GMOs. And he goes, they're going to own all the patents. And he goes, the longer we leave it and don't like let smaller people do it, he goes, you're going to have like, the food industry is going to be like the pharmaceutical industry, where you've got like a few big players, and they're going to own all the seeds.
And if you own the people's food, you own
Bill Gates.
The world.
That's what he's doing now. Bill Gates. So he's bought up the whole world, and he's in bed with Bayer, the World Health Organization. So again, it'll be those seeds. These GMO seeds are going to come in, and they can revolutionize it. But again, it's all going to be to those fucking few small corporate powers.
Mate, we need to get off this planet.
All right, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Let's go to the moon.
Yeah.
No.
It's definitely fertile there.
Oh shit, man.
We fucking went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
Where
big
were we
time.
before that?
Nowhere. Oh,
I
Dean
know,
was talking about. So, Costa, what do you do?
Well, and I've actually recently, you don't even know, I've shut down Parallax now. It's not a thing anymore.
Done.
Yeah, done. Because now we've
What
got
am I going to
two
do with my
others.
t-shirts then?
I don't know, nostalgia.
Yeah, I'll keep them. Vintage.
Get them on Depop.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
have you seen it? It's like there was a guy that took a photo in Copenhagen, like a vintage store of a Sainsbury's fucking t-shirt or something. It was like vintage, 30 quid.
Nice. Nice. So, Parallax is dead.
Parallax is dead. It was just the thing is, I've got two other companies.
So that was just you, Parallax, right?
Yeah, Parallax was just me.
Yeah.
Now, so my two new companies, MAKO Media Limited and Sullis Digital Limited, with two people. It's me and Matthew Wedding on one of the others on Sullis, which is more corporate.
So it's Matthew and Costa, MAKO. That's where the MAKO comes from.
No, MAKO is from Mano and Costa, the different guy.
Ah.
Yeah, Manuel. But yeah, that's like Sullis is corporate and MAKO is like creative. So this setup is like MAKO.
Okay, so MAKO, you're with that. You're because you use this space as well, innit? So tell the people about what, because you're going to be doing a YouTube channel as well. Obviously,
Yeah,
with
we
our
are.
bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But yours is going to be on
Creativity.
production?
It's just creativity focused as well. So like we are going to be, so we've got 3 different sections. I don't actually remember what they're called at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's one of them's key, which is basically we like provide a key for unlocking doors.
Right.
So, for example, how to do things, how to do video, how to edit, how to color grade. How
So
to
like
set up
evergreen videos, basically. That's something you know. How do I like this room? And it's something they can always go back to.
Exactly. And another one is going to be it's called Vi. So it's like verses. So we, for example, get an example product, so like a shoe, you know. And myself and Manu, we film our own version of an advert. And then we compare the two.
Okay, like they do on like the gadget show where they
yeah.
get given a different product to do the same things, like iPhone versus fucking expensive ass camera.
It'll be, but we'll be like final result, what we think of each other, why we did it differently, etc.
Right, okay.
Yeah, sick.
And the third one's
cool,
going to
man.
be interviewing creatives. So we're going to get like local singers, artists,
Yeah,
etc. And
sick.
interview them. Kind of similar to what
It's like
you're doing.
does that be like a podcast type thing, and then the other two
But
will...
it'll be involved though, because we'll get them to like do their thing. So, for example, one of my good friends, Ethan Porty, is a really good photographer. I've got some like black and white film from 1964, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the thing's rusty, but it might still work. So, and I've got all the developers. So he's an expert in like shooting film. So we're gonna interview him and also like go out on a shoot, and he'll tell people how to shoot with really old film and try to get great results, etc.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
man.
the how-to videos would be standalone, the versus videos would be standalone,
Yeah, it's
and
basically
then
3 playlists.
and then the creative
cool,
one won't just be you sat there talking to them. It'll be
No, it'll
you
be a mix.
actually talking about it and
Doing
clips,
stuff.
cutaways of the
exactly.
project you've done. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's sick, man.
But we need to be fair, we haven't really done much with it at the moment, just because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
It's like it's been non-stop going to Bristol shooting for Old Vic, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and it's a long thing. Because like, I've been to like 20 different schools now.
Is it?
And every time you have to set up the lights, every time you have to set down the lights, and it's
Yeah.
like for two interviews at a time. So it's like
Yeah, that's mad.
It's because it's like with this, the way that we do the show. So Costa edited like the first few batches for us, but with this, we don't edit these podcasts. So, and the reason I've done that is because it's to be as hands off.
Time-consuming,
And
man.
so the video, the free ideas that you're explaining to me are all heavy, editing, labor intensive.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? And it is. It's like the editing part of it is fucking so long.
that's why I'm happy that I'm working for someone else. Because for example, Mano, he loves compiling the video, so he loves like cutting it, getting like the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
So
And
you both have your little things
Yeah,
that
he
you
does
can
that,
do.
and
Yeah,
I do
rude.
color grade, which
Yeah,
I enjoy,
rude.
and he doesn't like doing color grade.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, it's a good team,
perfect,
man. That's like.
Because like it's all good working by yourself, but like at one time
It's not.
It gets to a point where it's not. Like, that's
Yeah.
the thing. You kind of like, I just like it's a lot of effort. You can't just sit there by yourself doing everything.
Nah,
It just gets,
you get burned out. I got burnt out recently. I've not been on Instagram a lot. I'm posting like once a week pretty much at the moment, and that post is about the podcast.
Yeah.
I have been making a lot of music. I've gone back to like, I was in this thing of where I was like, right, gonna do a release this month, and it was so regimented and so robotic. It just took the fucking
Fun out of it,
the
man.
fun and the spark out of it. So what I've done, I'm fucking really making some really cool stuff like the last sort of month or so. But it was just like going back and it's like, well, I don't need this out by any date. I don't need this. And it's I will once I've ramped it up. I think it's just like to put myself through a creative phase. I should probably start going back on Instagram and probably sharing a bit more what I'm doing whilst I'm doing it, just to so my Instagram just doesn't fall off a cliff somewhere.
But on Instagram, have you set your settings to so you don't see how many likes there are per post?
No.
Yeah, do it. Well, I've done it all on mine. And every single one of my posts, you can't see the likes on it anymore.
Can you not either?
Hmm?
Can you not either?
No. I
It
can't
doesn't
see
tell
any of
you.
my own likes. No one can see mine. I can't see anyone's.
Only
It's really
you-
good because like, it
so
takes
you only
away
get-
that competitive element.
So you only get the engagement.
Yeah, I don't see. I literally don't see.
Have you? But have you got a business account?
Yeah, you still get you still see how many
So-
people have like gone onto it. And stuff,
Yes,
but,
you still get to you still see
yeah,
your
you still get the
reach,
statistics,
interaction, percentage and stuff. You
Like,
just
once
don't.
you're scrolling through,
you just don't get the
see-
likes.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
like it's people like post sometimes on Instagram just to get the likes.
Likes are shit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's like
That's why I love
it's-
getting rid of it. It gets
Yeah.
the competitive element, and people just post what they enjoy.
If-
without
Yeah.
stressing
Anyone
about
who is listening or watching this, and you've got friends who are creatives, not just your mate who's got an Instagram fucking account sharing pictures of like their family days out and stuff, but if you've got a creative who's your friend, musician, video, whatever, drop them a comment. Even if it's some fucking fire emojis. If it's not fire emojis, it actually looks better if you give them a thoughtful comment. But it doesn't take long at your time. Just give them a comment. It does help fucking massively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Save
like
it
likes
or
don't.
Save it.
Yeah,
Save it
saves
is actually the most like important
Yeah.
one for Instagram.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what like the algorithm likes the most. But
Saves-
I hate working against the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's just not enjoyable.
It's
because
not. It's not.
It's like you get on a phone line to like call about an issue.
Oh,
or
dog,
something. It's like you get on a phone line to like call about an issue, and you just get a robot. And you're like, I just want to talk to a fucking person.
Yeah. It is. It's. I mean, it's like. Again, sucks the fun out of it.
Yeah.
It's like you want to. It's like you go down this thing. It's like now. It's like I've almost like put this like fucking thing in my head where it's like I'm only doing this for the algorithm, and I don't want to do that. And I've like almost got this like
You're literally playing with a robot.
yeah. And I've got like this like rebellious sort of like ego thing going on in my head where it's like fucking don't do that. It's fucking. Do you mean just don't fucking do it? And it's but you need to kind of have that balance in it. It's life.
But yeah, I don't really like Instagram. I'm not really on it that much either. Like I've completely
no.
basically deleted my personal, and I've done it like creativity based now.
Yeah.
I've done like, but I just haven't been bothered because I don't really see the point of it much.
Oh, it's annoying. I've just got TikTok.
Yeah, I've got.
I haven't. I
Still haven't got it.
haven't
I've got
posted
it.
yet.
I don't look at it like I just.
I haven't
got it.
posted yet, but like people like have said like, look,
Get on it.
the engagement on TikTok is
Yeah,
where
it's
it's
good.
at.
I know.
But then I spoke to people, and I think you fall in the trap of TikTok. So I know a couple of guys. They're in a band from Cardiff called Humans from Hydra, and Carl from Humans to Hydra. His son is autistic.
You know, we spoke about this in quite detail.
Did we?
Yeah, with Dad Bod.
All right. Anyone who didn't watch the episode, I'm going to talk about TikTok again. But the so they're in the situation where they're only doing autism videos, and it's like how does that transfer over? Like, do you mean it's like? So I think as well, like do shit on TikTok that you want them people to be seen. Just freestyle videos or something, I guess, for a rapper.
Yeah. Over covers and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been tempted to like do it, like video production based, like do little like.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
you-
definitely be
yeah.
doing it, man. Definitely.
Like do like them little like fucking 30-second like how to fucking color grade in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Doosh, doosh,
Yeah.
doosh, doosh, doosh.
Yeah.
For more like this, fucking head over to my YouTube channel where you can get like in-depth fucking videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then just like the little like, it's tough because like these like I would like to cut more of out of these, and it's like just fucking going through because they're an hour long, and it's like sifting through it to be like which clips would look fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
We
just
need
like-
to start time coding stuff and just being like,
Yeah, it's hard.
that's funny.
Maybe I'll do it next. Well,
Yeah,
whenever,
yeah.
whenever we laugh, like even if we don't remember what, obviously we will just fucking mark down and then we
Yeah, I'll
laugh.
just set the timer in it and then fucking
and then like,
boom.
yeah, 1 minute we laughed.
2 minute, we laughed.
Yeah. Where do we get to? So now that is, we've got to what you're doing now.
So
yeah,
that was it.
Sullis and MAKO really.
Sick.
Working a lot, tiring.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's starting
Good.
up business.
So the corporate one, that's
Yeah.
what you're doing the Bristol Old Vic thing through?
No, that's MAKO.
Ah, okay.
That's MAKO.
So the corporate one, we work with like solicitors,
I see.
Right,
all that,
okay.
like, you know,
golf courses. And
No, not even that. Like, so it's mostly like we work with solicitors, real
Estate
estate
agents.
companies,
Yeah.
and recruitment companies.
Right.
What, for them to advertise, or like
It's all
more for their
LinkedIn.
training?
It's mostly LinkedIn based. So
Right,
it's
okay.
like, you know how you always get those LinkedIn, like, oh, I'm so amazing, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those kind of videos. So we focused on that, and yeah, it's doing pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, sick.
We're
Yeah.
going to sign up pretty big clients in. They've got like 85 employees or something.
Well, you go into that like law world. So I mean, it's like fucking a good solicitor is gonna
Yeah.
set you back a fucking.
Yeah.
Well, you speak to people like who go through divorces and shit.
It's
Like,
a lot of money.
their
There was
divorce.
actually-
Do you mean?
I was doing a video for a client. It's one of my mum's Russian students.
Oh, you told me about it. Fuck yeah, man.
Basically, she's getting a divorce with her
Yeah.
husband because he cheated on her. He got with his secretary and had a kid. behind her
Yeah.
back.
As you did.
That's not funny, by the way.
Yeah, it's not
funny.
But like,
It's ridiculous.
yeah, and basically she wants me. But she's a lawyer, so she knows what she's doing. And like the question he's asking is like, you know, like to get her money. He's like, what have you done in this like these lockdowns? Have you been working? Have you been doing this? Because he wants to prove that she's not been doing anything.
Yeah.
But she's been like, she owns like a few houses. She's been renovating them. She's genuinely been busy, but she needs to prove it. So as a joke, as a gag, but she knows she'll get away with it. She got me to create a fake book and like a fake commercial for, I forget, what was it called? It was Divorce and Tonic or something like that. And basically, she's doing this to like make a book to show that she's been doing some work of some
Yeah.
sort, and I can't remember what the book's about, but I like designed a graphic design.
Divorce and tonic.
Yeah, and then and it's like a TV show mock that I did, where it's basically her taking the piss out of him, and
Yeah.
it's the best thing. And she's shown it in court to show that this is what she's been working on, and apparently they loved it. So
That's
Do you like it
amazing,
probably
man.
made like the people in court's day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to me, like
So
fucking-
like boring.
So, like,
all
oh,
the
fucking
time.
here we go.
Divorce and Tonic.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'd like to see it.
I can send it to you. You can overlay it if you want.
Yeah, sick. That'd be quite funny.
Insert here. I know I ain't got a timestamp on.
1 o'clock.
It's about half hour in, probably 40 minutes, half hour. What time did it start?
I don't actually know. I was checking. I think it started 25 past probably. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was hilarious, and yeah, I got paid, so it's all good. But it was like it's sometimes you get those projects and it's really weird because you're so used to doing like corporate stuff, and so all of a sudden you're doing a mock advert on some court case.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Keeps
but yeah.
it interesting.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. That's the thing about this line of work. It's not boring. You get all sorts of characters and all that.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah,
I think, you know, I think like the corporate world as well. It's like you look at like some of these fucking offices. I don't know whether it works or not. You know, like, they do like all like the wacky things, like put fucking astroturf all across the fucking floor and like
slides in the
massages.
office.
yeah,
and
like
stuff.
slides and bowling alleys and shit. Like go on your break, like
Get a
Google's
massage
like
while
that,
you
innit?
work.
Yeah.
I was my friend, she'd done a she did something there. She wasn't working for Google, but she was employed to do something
Okay.
at like subcontracted in to do something at
Sense,
Google.
yeah.
She said it's such a fucking surreal like place. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she said it's just like so everything in there. She said it's like, did she say it was free or it was either free or it's like fucking
Ridiculous.
heavily subsidized
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
company. So you basically pay like you go to like the shops in there and like it's like it is either free or it's like you pay fuck all for it basically.
Yeah.
And she said it's like really surreal. It's like almost like this like happy place where it's like it almost seems so surreal that it's not real. And it's like there's like this hidden veil of like fucking evilness going on behind. It's like they're coaxing you in. She obviously said that was just the vibe she was getting from there. Like and everyone's just like yeah.
And everyone's happy in that.
Yeah, hey. And it's like,
I don't trust you guys.
They took the blue
would you like some water? Not from here.
No, thank
What's
you.
in it? Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
My God.
But yeah, it is. I think fucking like these companies like Google, it's like they know so much. Think how much.
they're just so
think,
powerful.
think how much Bill Gates knows.
Yeah.
Windows, right? Ever since your computer has been linked up to the internet, and you've had Microsoft, right? Like they fucking know everything.
Xbox.
Anyone who's ever had anyone who's ever had a computer,
How many
like,
kills have you got on Call of Duty? They'll be like, oh, he's violent.
Wait, what do you think about
potential risk there.
What do you think about the McAfee story? Because I haven't
how
looked
he-
into
what-
it
what
or
is
anything.
whatever.
The antivirus.
Yeah,
I don't know
He's
what they done.
bonkers. He's actually crazy. But like-
do you know what's happened with him? Okay, like I don't know the story, but some mad shit went down. Like he's dead.
Right.
He's basically been like this like mad fugitive dude for like God knows how long. Like,
is he the one who was in South America?
I don't know.
They had a Netflix thing on him.
Maybe. But I need to look into it. I thought you would have known more about it. But
I am going to look into it.
Yeah, I need to write that down as well.
Yeah,
but
he died in a Spanish prison. Didn't he,
yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's all a
he's
bit
such
like
a mysterious guy, though, isn't it?
real.
Like,
Like when you look into him and like what he's done and who he's rolled with, and it's all a bit mad.
Yeah,
it is a bit mad.
Almost.
There was so I was watching. It was Eric Weinstein and Lex Friedman. It was a clip
on the
talking about Epstein.
Okay.
But I didn't really get what was going on. It was like fucking. They were like, but it was like it seemed to me they were saying something on the lines of like Epstein was sent in to Eric Weinstein to like try and get information on what he was working on from the government or some shit. And I was like, fucking
wow.
I didn't really understand what was going on in the thing. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It kind of like was a bit over my head a little bit. I need to. So that's something else I'd also want to fucking look into. Like, what was it that
Have you watched the video?
Eric Weinstein was working on that they'd send him in for, and like how ingrained into the government or these companies was Epstein?
Yeah.
Have you seen them? There was a video. Or who's that? The Queen's son who like touched kids or whatever.
Andrew.
Yeah. They did you see there was a video on YouTube where they broke down. Did you see the video on YouTube where they broke down? Do you know he did that interview with like the lady from the BBC?
Who?
ITV.
Prince Andrew did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
the one where you could tell he's lying about so much.
Yeah.
They did like a breakdown of all like some experts in like body. What do you call them?
Body language.
Body language. They came in and they went over the entire video and they said they could, because of the way he was sat, where he was crossed his legs, his leg was bouncing every time, because your leg bounces every time your heart beats slightly. So they could tell when his heart rate was elevated when they were asking questions. So he was stressed.
Because it's also that is a clues on it. Someone sits there like that with their arms crossed. It's generally they're like
closing in.
Closing in. It's like I'm fucking uncomfortable with what. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But they broke down like everything, and it was insane. Like every question, he was like looking in like different directions. I don't even understand how they allowed it to like go like. On,
put it out.
You know,
As
like he didn't have everyone abandoned him. That's the thing. He didn't even have. Usually, you would have like a watcher that would make sure that you don't sit in the wrong position, so you can't tell everything, your body language, etc.
They do, don't they? They politicians actually go through
like courses
like
that's why they're so fake.
Yeah,
because they're like you can't. They never answer a question directly. You know?
What about Boris? What about Boris? He didn't. Man just goes in the fridge.
But yeah, I think that's what the appeal to Trump was so much.
Yeah,
because he was just like fucking. He's just rogue. Do you know what I mean? It was like everyone
said
was
whatever
like,
he wanted.
Yeah, just like
Putin, mate.
Just you look at Hillary Clinton when she tried to like tell him about his taxes. He's like, he doesn't pay his taxes. His response was into the microphone. He's like, "That's because I'm smart." What do you say to that? What do you say to that? So you're a cunt. So what do you say? Like, you mean how do you debate someone who's not playing the rules of your debate?
You
can't.
That's why they didn't like him.
Do you know what I mean? And it's I think that the trouble with Trump is like
he needs a podcast, bruv.
Well, like,
Rogan.
did you?
He needs to go on Joe Rogan. Mate.
Imagine him.
Glenn
He wants him on.
Yeah,
he wants him on.
Glenn Greenwald. So he was the guy who created Interpol, right? And he was the one who broke the Edward Snowden case.
Okay.
Mad.
And he was saying he had there was enough evidence on the Hunter Biden, like Biden's son's like something to do with the laptop. There was like some big scandal.
Ukraine, wasn't it?
Yeah. He said there was enough evidence in like him being the journalist of his level. He said, there's enough here for me to run something. And Interpol, a company that he helped create to basically give freedom of the press and freedom of the information. Someone said no, because it might harm the elections. And they wanted Trump out so badly that even then he was like, what the fuck is this company now? And he was like, you could hear him in the interview, like how angry he was getting of like, look, the news is being manipulated that much. That even people from his own party wanted Trump out so much. That they were willing to manipulate it.
That's mad.
Like,
it's like where do you cross the line? Really, isn't it? It's like once the line's crossed, you don't really go back either.
Nah,
like,
never.
No.
It's like, do you mean it's like the whole thing of giving away things, like whether it's to your employer or whether it's to the government, where they say like, do you mean like we're gonna put this in temporarily as a temporary measure, So that ain't temporary. Do you know what I mean? That's going to stay. Do you mean you give that right away or whatever? It's like, good luck getting it back.
It's like the Protest Act has gone through, isn't it?
Yeah, also the...
how a protest, like, it's so stupid. Like, you can't disturb anyone. It's like, that's the definition of a protest.
Democracy's gone, bro.
Check this one. The one they're pushing for at the moment. So they're on the railway. They're having a big overhaul on the railway, and there's going to be like loads of job cuts and all this sort of shit. And like, basically, that.
Oh yeah, it's being taken over, isn't it? The whole rail. It's like
well,
the government is like
they've taken in to foot the bill basically whilst everything was going on, and they obviously then got the passenger numbers back. So they're looking now. They've had this guy who's come in. He's basically said, "Hey, this is how we're going to save money on it." Yeah. And like, there's going to be talks going ahead. But if you look on the BBC the other day, I seen that the government have just put through a bill that it's illegal to strike for like companies like railways, which are a public thing, without a minimum service being run, and it's illegal for you to strike if the minimum service cannot be run. So what's the point of striking if you can't fucking do it? So there's they basically removed the law of like it hasn't. It's going through. It's going through now.
Freedom of expression.
So it's like now they're basically saying like for workers' rights, like or whatever. It's like,
mate, we need to get out of this country, bruv.
Where'd you go?
I think other countries.
I want to go to Barbados, mate. Like the other day when I was at the beach, I was like, if I had a quarter of the money that I had now, but I was surviving, and I had sun every day, and I had beach, would I be happier? Yes, I would be happier.
It's just like the key.
I need it, bro.
The money, it's like my mum. You know, like I'm like. She's doing it because, like, I mean, why not? She works online. She teaches, you know, she teaches Russian. She earns a decent amount. Why not do it from Italy?
Yeah,
exactly. Like, it's a beautiful place.
That's what I was about to say. It's like, if you, as long as you're able to, like, sort of like, you've got some way of making money remotely. For example, we went to Sicily on a jiu-jitsu training camp. There was like the place we went, it was like remote Sicily, like no one there spoke English. It was like a small little village, beautiful place.
Rude.
But there was one guy there. Was his name Steve? Fucking I should remember his name. We were speaking to him for ages. He invited us in his house, giving us coffee and shit like that. I mean, but he like knew himself. But he was from New York. No. His missus was back in New York at the time, but they got this little place there, and he spends most of the time there. Like he had like this screen set up in this little apartment. He goes, got internet here, like. He can work remotely from there. And he says, just fucking, he lives there the easy life. He says rents his place out now, what he had in New York. Yeah. And just fucking lives the life.
So cheap.
Lives in Sicily, which is where he was from, where his family's from.
Oh, really? Mad. The reason it's cheap is because there's obviously like no work. But the fact is, with like globalization and everything, especially with COVID, you can work online.
Yeah, you can work online.
Yeah.
Like, so easily.
Do you want to hear this complaint?
Oh, yeah, go on. Wait, is this so? What is this? What was it for then?
So mate. So we had a complaint at the bar. Back in May.
Mad.
And
do you know who it was? Like,
yeah, I know exactly who it was.
Oh, okay.
I'll read the whole thing. Oh my god! But we
who actually goes for the effort?
I know, like but we only concentrated on two things that she said.
Okay.
Which wasn't anything to do with her complaint.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Absolutely terrible treatment by staff. The manager, I believe his name was blank. I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't me. Right, was totally obnoxious and cocky when being asked genuine questions. And another man, a short, mixed race guy who I assumed was in management, as he was just stood around all night not helping anyone or answer any queries. I've been to the Earl multiple times over the years and haven't generally had any issues. For a friend's birthday, we began to sing happy birthday and had security and a waitress pounce on us. And tell us we could not sing. When questioned why we could not sing happy birthday, they told us we have neighbours. I couldn't understand this. It's a pub/night venue. We still have neighbours.
Above,
around, all over the place. Anyway, we were then graced by the presence of blank, who was so rude when I was asking about this neighbour situation. He accused me of being sassy, microaggression central. Apparently asking questions is getting funny. In our party we had 2 restaurant managers and other people working in hospitality, and understand how much pressure it can be during busy periods, but it was totally disgusting and shocking. To go alongside the awful service, the ordering system needs to be looked at. 4 of us tried to use it, and only 1 was successful, and you aren't able to order with staff as they refuse to take your order. That was it, basically. So the response was, the term mixed race is offensive to us. Mixed race promotes a fascist, neo-colonialist ideology, whitewashing imperial history, while providing white privilege for the minority of individuals who fit the European prototype of beauty and acceptability. Additionally, by implying our hard-working manager was lazy and not helping people's queries feels like you're pushing a narrative that people of colour are lazy. He had finished a 12-hour shift prior to your arrival and helped over 600 people that day. The manager you were referring to was 5'11", which is 1 inch above the 5'10" average in the UK, therefore also not short.
Oh my God.
Was it your response?
That was my response to them, man.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Didn't even focus on Chris being sassy. Oh, I said his name now.
Do you want to beep out?
Beep.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny, man. Yeah, people get funny. But yeah, we got neighbours and they complain.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
I remember when I used to work there.
All the
Christ.
time.
You have to you have to run over to people.
The thing
Yeah.
is, right, if you were there before, but as far as I can remember, there's always been a bar there. Because it was Bar Karango or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, it's absolutely their problem for being
She
Where would you-
didn't look. The woman that complains, but we now ignore her. Yeah. She didn't research before she bought her flat. Yeah. Like Chris, when he was like, mate, when I bought my house, I wanted to live between two parks, so the kids could go and play in the parks easy.
you
near
want
a school.
You want
near
good
this, near that.
connection routes to schools.
Yeah,
and all
like,
that
do you know what I
sort of
mean?
shit.
She's just gone, man, bought a house. We put triple glazing. We paid for triple glazing in her yard. We bought her new windows. She still complains.
Oh my God.
So we now ignore her.
Is she one of those people that just wants to get money? Though, innit? Or-
No, she just doesn't have anything to do.
How old is she?
Decides to complain.
I don't know, 40. But then she'll come down, and then she'll be sat there all night drinking, shouting with her mates.
And then go home and complain about herself.
And then yeah.
Who's that noisy cat you had in there earlier?
Yeah, shout out that woman.
But it's I remember I was
Actually, don't shout at that.
I used to
Yeah,
be a
she
window
complained.
fitter.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like those fucking thick ass glass windows, you cannot fucking hear fuckle through them because we did like a job where we worked away down Exeter for a week, and it was fitting them on new build development that was fucking like basically right on the railway track. And the glass was so fucking heavy. I remember it. And like that, you got that close, you can't hear fuck all.
Isn't it mad that you can get double glazed car windows now?
Can you?
Why?
Yeah. Oh, sound. It's like you get fancy cars like Rolls Royce or whatever. They all
Ah,
have double
yeah, I
glazing,
suppose, yeah.
Which is just, I don't know why, but that concept to me is pretty mad.
Sound, like you say, I guess, if you want to sit in the back
It's
of a
like
Rolls.
the air filters as well, isn't it? Like in like the fucking Teslas and stuff. This it's like medical grade air filters.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just like
There's like cars like Rolls Royces, you know, when they drive, like, they scan the road for bumps. And so they can see the bumps ahead of time, and then they adjust the suspension when they know there's going to be a bump. So literally you're like floating along.
That's so they don't spill their shampoos in the back of the car, isn't it? Like, that's some madness. Because my dad said there's like like when you drive limos and that, you have to drive a certain way.
Yeah.
You can't like drive like we drive. You have to like prepare to stop. You can't just stop.
Yeah.
You got to be like,
Yeah, ahead of time. It's the same with like coach drivers. I'm pretty sure they're training. Like my brother works as a tour guide on a coach, and he said the driver told them that they have to do a test where they have a cup of tea on the dashboard, and throughout the whole day they can't spill any of it.
yeah, it makes sense.
yeah. It does
If they
make
do,
sense.
then they don't get the job.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like you say, you got people in the back that are drinking and stuff. I mean, it's like
Bus drivers clearly don't go through that fucking every time. Stop.
Nah, bus
Ding head on the bar. Have you ever done it where you've like had your head like down like on a bus, you're tired or whatever?
Yeah, and
then he smacks breakers. Dude, you fucking cunt.
Mate, try doing that on a bus in Barbados, mate.
What?
Well, the buses in Barbados,
What are the roads like in Barbados?
mental, bro.
Are they?
And
Are
the buses
they-
drive at like 80
Are they
miles
smooth
an
or
hour.
are they smooth or like raggedy?
Bumpy as fuck. And then like, so basically, it's a thing. Like it's a thing. Like in Barbs, like you get on a bus. Like it's like a touristy thing. Yeah. So you get on a bus and you're like this, right? And it's like, yeah, more people get on the bus. Push back. You get to the back of the bus and you're sat there like this, crushed. Music, boom, boom, soca just pumping, and they drive about 8 miles an hour.
Oh my god.
It's dangerous.
It's like Jordan, to be fair. In Jordan, I remember we got the taxi from the airport. I was driving in the middle of the road in the night, not giving a crap. Like, one carriageway, in the middle the whole way.
Yeah.
So moving out of the way whenever it was calm, going right back to the middle.
That's mad.
Yeah. Egypt's pretty nuts.
I want to go to Egypt.
Egypt's
badly,
cool, man. I think they're probably gagging for people to go there, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because you think how long Egypt had tours? They had, was it it was the Russian plane that got blew up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They had a terrorist attack on a Russian plane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And since then, they like all tourism was like blocked. Well, not all. Like you could go to like Dahab, but you couldn't go down into Sharm. And Sharm el Sheikh is like their main. Like,
I want to go Cairo, man.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to go to Cairo for like 2 weeks.
No. I just want to go there for a couple of days.
So you can do it in like when we went not long after the uprisings.
Right.
And we got a dirt cheap deal to Cairo from Sharm el Sheikh. So we flew to Cairo and had a whole day's tour for like £100 each.
Yeah, rude.
From Sharm el Sheikh.
Yeah,
It was all
rude.
meals provided, everything.
Yeah, sick.
And a tour guide, he was fucking safe as fuck as well. So we went there and yeah, I mean, or you could do like a cruise down there because I would like. Do you mean? But yeah, no, it's nice. But yeah, like because they had that terrorist attack. And all the tourism was fucked from that.
So you need
and then
tourists
now,
back. Yeah, COVID.
with COVID, it's like.
What's the situation over there like?
Well, I seen a.
I've had my vaccine.
Have you?
Have you? I've had both mine. How was it?
Fine.
You had the Pfizer one probably, no? Yeah, you were lucky.
Yeah, I was
I
alright.
had the worst time in the world.
I say I was alright. I'm okay so far. Everyone keeps going, see, you were fine. I was like, no, don't keep everyone I speak to. It's like, yeah, I had it, I'm fine. No, you're not yet.
I ain't had it.
No.
I've had the worst time.
Do you know why though? The reason I ended up having it was because so many people around me started getting it. Like, so when I got it, it kind of put me on my ass for a couple of days. It wasn't that bad, yeah? And most people that I knew that was getting it were kind of going through the same things. It wasn't that intense. It wasn't that difficult to deal with. Everyone who I know that's had it in the past month is fucked. Sean is fucked. One of my mates, remember Alex that used to run the bar? No. The black one? No. So basically, he had his first vaccine, caught it 2 weeks after, was fine, was asymptomatic, was walking around like, this is rubbish, I just want to go back to work, da-da-da-da-da. 2 days later, he woke up with a blood clot in his lung.
Fucking hell.
He said he was in the hospital for 4 days.
I'm
And I'm like,
How can you tell if you have blood clot?
well, he couldn't breathe. He woke up and he was like, fucked.
Didn't they have like 4 British Airways pilots die because altitude blood clots?
Yeah.
But that was after the vaccine.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But my friend he lives here, but is from India.
Yeah.
I'm getting him to get me some ivermectin sent over.
Yeah, fair.
What's that?
That's the stuff to
It's
treat
the
it.
stuff to treat it, which is like an 85% approval rate.
Yeah.
Which
they banned it. They banned it in America, didn't they? And it.
no, it's not banned. They're like
not?
it's a parasite drug, but they're not giving it for that.
Didn't they find that in Japan ages ago?
Yeah, so
in
it's
the
found.
soil.
Yeah, most that's the thing. Rainforests and soil is where most medicines are found.
That's mad.
And it's
isn't it?
recreated, then obviously a chemical, highly synthesized version.
But it's
but
like
that is where you
that's
find it.
like widely used for like
Parasites and shit.
parasites.
Yeah.
All over Africa. It's really like it's not dangerous at all. That stuff, is it?
It's like it's been around since the 80s. There's no patent on it. It's less than $1 to make.
That's why they don't want people using it.
It's less than $1 to make. So this is what Brett Weinstein's pushing a lot at the moment.
That's why I heard it.
He went on Joe Rogan with the guy who was the frontline COVID care thing. Yeah,
watched that one.
Do you mean it's the dude's like the evidence? There's clearly evidence there, and like the thing within Argentina, for example. In Argentina, they gave 50% of frontline COVID workers ivermectin. The other 50% they didn't give any. None of the 50% that they gave ivermectin on a regular basis as a precautionary measure had it. Not one got it. The other 50%. It was a high percentage of it, which I don't know, and I don't want to say because I don't know the answer to it. But
it was high.
But the 50% who didn't had it in some way, shape, or form. The
That's
majority
mad,
of them.
bro.
So how's Egypt with it then? The COVID thing?
Don't know. I mean, again, it's
I
how
don't
many
think
people are
about it.
traveling in there, isn't it? But then back in October last year, I seen in the travel agents, it was they had a deal in the window. It was about £100, I think it was. Was it £100? 170 quid per person. 1 week, all inclusive, 5-star Egypt, flights included. And I went in and I said to the lady, I said, have I got a quarantine when I come back from that? She said, yeah, 2 weeks. Couldn't do it.
That's what I mean. If you've got the jabs, they're getting rid of that, aren't they?
They've already done it. Yeah.
They've done it.
Yeah, it's done.
You can go to yellow.
You can go to amber list countries now if you've had both jabs, and you don't have to quarantine when you come
But the
in.
bullshit is most of them don't take the NHS app thing. You have to have a letter stating it. So like people who've gone to like Spain, they haven't got the letter to prove it. That you have an app.
Oh no, this is for coming back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
This is when you get back. Because on an
yeah.
amber list country, you'd have to quarantine when you got there, and then you'd have to quarantine when you got back. What the double jab does is when you get back to the UK, you show your NHS thing, you don't have to quarantine when you get home.
Yeah, no, what I'm
you
saying...
probably still have to quarantine when you go there.
No, not like in Spain you don't if you've got both jabs.
Right,
but that's
okay.
the thing, you have to you can't show your phone evidence, you have to have a letter. So all these tourists went. Like you get the NHS app and then you put in the details.
Fucking NHS app, man.
And you put in the details and it comes up with the fact that you've had 2 vaccines.
No.
Because they said to me when I went up there, because she was like, have you got any concerns? I was like, yeah. She was like, what are your concerns? I was like, you're going to put a chip in me. She was like, do you believe that? I was like, no. She was like, what are your concerns? Who have you been watching? I was like, Brett Weinstein. And the guy that was on there, the virologist and immunologist that was talking about, he was like, yeah, the vaccine's great. He was like, the vaccine's good. He was like, however, it's too late. There's too many variants. He was like, so what's going to happen? He was like, worst case scenario, it's going to start jumping into children. He was like, we're giving the virus more opportunity to mutate by using this vaccine on everyone. Yeah. He was like, it's dangerous. He was like, it is dangerous. And then he started speaking about ivermectin. Yeah. He started speaking about that. And I started speaking to her about that. And she was like, I'm not going to lie to you. Just kind of true. She was like, that's why. I was like, is that why already they're talking about doing the booster jab for the vulnerable in the winter? And she was like, yeah. She was like, there's just going to be carry on a roll of vaccines.
It's just the saddest thing about it is it's money. It's all money.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's like these companies do not give a fuck about the consequences. They put profits over everything. And
AstraZeneca's not as bad though. They didn't make a profit off it. They sold it at cost price actually.
They sold it to AstraZeneca. Oxford wanted to put it out patent free, open source. Bill Gates convinced them to sell it to AstraZeneca, which is a private company. So it is private.
See.
So, but no, you're right. The intentions were there by Oxford University.
But as well, I read the other day that America, Germany, and England refused to share the patents or the ingredients with other countries who are struggling. Yeah, they won't do it.
So Bill Gates on the interview,
even though
Bill
I
Gates,
heard
so
what's his name going over and over again. This is a world group effort. Yeah, this is a group thing.
Well, when Bill Gates was quizzed on Sky News or wherever it was about why he convinced Oxford to.
Oh, it's been 1 hour 4 already.
Cool. Let me finish what I'm saying there, and then we'll fucking wrap it up. So yeah, he basically said the reason, right, that they wanted to make it go private and not open source is because places like India, which is one of the world's biggest vaccine producers for everything, medicine producers in general, he said it would not be safe to let it out in open hands, where we'd want it in factories that know what they're doing, like here, i.e. Johnson & Johnson, which that week was closed down for unsafe measures. Like, I mean, it's just like, but that was that was his response that he gave to the news reporters. Like, it's not, mate, stop lying and say, just let us know it's profits. It's profits, and that's the trouble with these companies.
So, Kostya, your personal meaning of life to end.
Personal meaning of life. I don't know. The thing is, I wouldn't say it's to be happy, because a lot of people search for happiness and never find it. Okay. It's to be content.
Yeah. Okay.
Be content with life. That's.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Be happy with where you're at, but at the same time, obviously, look forward to growing yourself. But
it's like this very stoicistic. Is that right? Stoicism. Just like that. And that's what they say, learn to love what you already have. Yeah. Don't learn to want things you don't have.
Yeah. Because I mean, people, always they think they know what they want. They want money. They want to be rich. But then they get to that point and like, oh shit, I'm still not happy.
I need power. I need weird stuff.
Money's a tool. Money's a tool which can help you if you've already got your meaning and shit down, I think. Innit? Basically.
Safe. Bless up.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Back
Thanks
to
for
behind the
watching.
scenes.
Like and subscribe.
Smash that bell button.
Boom, boom, boom.
Safe.